June in North Carolina between 1953 and 1987? If so, listen closely for this important legal announcement. From 1953 to 1987, Marines and their family members at Camp Lejeune drank water that was contaminated with hazardous toxins. The toxins found in the water at Camp Lejeune may cause health issues, especially later in life. Types of health issues associated with water at Camp Lejeune are numerous. If you or a loved one lived near Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation without going to court. Even if you were turned down in the past, a new law can allow you to file a claim today. If you or a loved one spent time near Camp Lejeune, call the Negligence Network to find out if you're eligible for financial compensation. There's no fee unless we win your case. Call 1-800-600-5536. That's 1-800-600-5536. 1-800-600-5536.
CBS News Time, 11:48, traffic and weather together. Here's Carolyn.
And back to the Santa Cruz Mountains, where CHP is about to arrive on scene of this two-car crash northbound 17 before the Alma Bridge Road. They're off onto the right-hand shoulder, and we don't have any reported injuries with this crash. We are seeing just a minor delay shortly before you approach the area. Out of Pacheco Pass on westbound Highway 152, it's a stretch called Big Cut. We do have a solo vehicle crash, not four cars, but just one car is blocking that right-hand lane. It's also partially in a blind. Drivers should be aware of this. You'll see a lot of activity. Fire and emergency crews are already on scene, and some other vehicles have pulled over. And in Fairfield on westbound 80, just before the Highway 12 off-ramp to Rio Vista, we do have first reports of some type of a road hazard. Not exactly sure what it is. The CHP is on the way to check it out. Your next traffic update is at 11:58 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Here's your Bay Area forecast with heavy fog and drizzle from the coast to the valleys overnight. Lows in the 50s and 60s. Mostly sunny skies tomorrow and Wednesday. After morning gray, some clearing at the beaches. Otherwise, we should have a really sunny day bayside and in the inland valleys tomorrow after the overcast clears. 60s to the mid-80s for the next couple of days. A little warmer Thursday and Friday into the low 90s, and then back to the 80s again on the weekend. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Our words weren't written under peaceful shade, but under fear for her life.
I don't think of all the misery, but of the beauty that still remains.
The words of Anne Frank continue to fill us with hope. Hope. Pass it on from passiton.com.
We don't take a break from what we do. We cover the news around the clock.
We began to slow down and stop. Sometimes that happens, but this time we really stopped for like a very long time, to the point where we're like, what's going on?
We are the only news station broadcasting live from the Bay Area every hour of the day, every day of the week.
We lost power, so then we were running off batteries at first. And then, I say after an hour or so, then it went complete pitch black.
It's one more reason why we're the Bay Area's #1 news station. All news, all the time, right here on KCBS.
KCBS News Time, 11:50. I'm John Evans, editing the news tonight. Deborah Ingerson. The Meals on Wheels headquarters in Walnut Creek caught on fire Saturday night. Officials say this won't impact deliveries, but the management offices will be closed for a while due to smoke, fire, and water damage. The fire was contained to a second-floor storage room. The company's executive director says its meals are prepared and packaged at an off-site kitchen. Volunteers will pick up meals at other sites around Contra Costa County. And could this standard 5-day work week become a thing of the past? KCBS's Melissa Colross tells us ongoing research shows trimming a day from employee schedules does not come at the expense of productivity.
A few dozen UK companies are part of a 4-day workweek pilot program, and most say their workers are getting just as much done as they were before. That's happening in part because the companies streamlined their operations before the pilot began.
They figure out how to reorganize work in ways that will let everybody do what they need to do, but won't have them spending time on activities that really aren't producing much value.
Boston College economist and sociologist Juliet Shore, who's working on this research, says more importantly that extra day off with pay gives employees time to create a better work-life balance and get a lot more rest.
When people sleep more, move out of sleep deprivation, they are more productive, they're less likely to stress and burnout are going down quite substantially.
Shore believes the 4-day work week is destined to become standard. It's just a matter of time. Melissa Colross, KCBS.
A team of researchers finds no link between high research and development costs and high drug prices. Margaret Carrero has more from Los Angeles.
They went into it with this in mind, whether drugs that take more money to bring them to market also have higher drug prices.
We thought about doing this because many times pharmaceutical manufacturers argue that high drug prices are needed to recover the money they spend on research and development. So we thought that that was true, then, there could be some sort of association, meaning the higher the research and development expenses, the higher the prices.
Dr. Inma Hernandez is the senior author of the study and a professor at UC San Diego School of Medicine.
We put together data for research and development expenses for drugs that were recently approved by the FDA, and then we look at the prices. And we saw that there was no relationship whatsoever.
It should be noted that the analysis was limited by a small sample size of 60 drugs that were approved by the FDA between 2009 and 2018. Margaret Carrero, KCBS.
If you're headed to Europe anytime soon, now would be a good time to spend some money there. Here's Matt Piper.
Stock market analyst Gus Fauché on what the British pound falling to an all-time low means for Americans.
The concern is that steep recessions in the UK and in Europe could weigh on U.S. economic growth and push the U.S. economy into recession sometime in 2023.
It comes after a sweeping tax cut plan announced in London just days ago. Tourists there think the pound being near equal to the dollar could make people want to travel overseas.
I think that influences people a lot, especially if we're looking at a recession, a worldwide recession, but people want to travel.
Matt Piper, CBS News.
Oprah and Apple TV Plus have ended their multi-year deal. Oprah produced a wide range of content for the streaming service, but both sides described their breakup as friendly. And Oprah and Apple TV Plus will still continue to work together on a project-by-project basis. KCBS News Time, 11:55.
Wall Street got the message from various Federal Reserve officials today. Interest rates won't stop going up until inflation goes down. So the stock market did that instead. Losses of more than half to more than 1% sent the Dow into a bear market. It fell 330 points. The NASDAQ dropped 65, the S&P 28, closing at its lowest level since December of 2020. Inflation is forcing people to change their spending habits, moving, say, to private labels rather than more expensive brand names. Deloitte, however, found more than half of U.S. shoppers asked this summer said they are willing to pay more for food that contributes to their overall well-being. And Walmart wants to be part of the metaverse and get its name there for game players. It's unveiled 2 immersive experiences on Roblox. Walmart Land, which features fashion, beauty, and entertainment. The Walmart Universe of Play showcases toys. Walmart hopes to attract younger audiences who can become Walmart shoppers. Jill Doniger, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.
It's Chevy truck season, and Chevy offers a full lineup of trucks and accessories, which means it's the perfect time to find the truck for you and make it your own. Make your Silverado bolder with a sport bar and bed liner. Make your Colorado brighter with perimeter bed lighting. And make your Silverado HD more secure with a tonneau cover. So whether you want added capability or to add your own style, your Chevy dealer can help you find the right Chevy truck and accessories for you to make the most out of truck season. With a $1,000 accessory allowance towards a purchase or lease of a new Chevy truck with eligible accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Plus take new retail delivery of the 2021-2022 Silverado 1500, Silverado HD, or Colorado with eligible GM or associated accessories by M322. Accessory purchase must be equal to or more than $1,000 MSRP. Tax and installation not available with some other offers.
A typical morning here in the neighborhood bus, but today seems sweeter as I sure it's because I'm getting boosted, boosting my immunity, getting boosted.
The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. For tax help you need, or tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-298-3904. 800-298-3904. 800-298-3904.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit Optima.
It's 11:58 at KCBS. Here's Carolyn checking traffic for you tonight.
And in the Santa Cruz Mountains on northbound 17, it was before Alma Bridge Road. We do have CHP on the scene of a two-car crash. It's on the right-hand shoulder. There was a minor delay leading to that crash, but that has recovered nicely. And back to the Pacheco Pass, westbound Highway 152 on a stretch called Big Cut. Actually, it's about maybe 2 miles east of Bell Station or so. We had a solo vehicle crash that was blocking that right-hand lane, but now it looks like it's pretty much clear because we're not seeing too much of a backup whatsoever. And in Fairfield on westbound 80 before that Highway 12 off-ramp to Rio Vista, we do have reports of some type of seeing a slight backup leading to that area. Your next traffic update is at 12:08 on the traffic meter, KCBS.
Bay Area forecast with mostly foggy skies from the coast all the way into the inland valleys. Tonight we'll see sunshine tomorrow eventually everywhere except the coast, maybe only limited clearing at the beaches tomorrow. Highs ranging from the 60s to the middle 80s. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. It's Monday, September 26th, 2022. Coming up with Liz St. John on KCBS.
I'm Marty Schaefer at SFO. 1,000 airport fast food workers hit the picket line.
These days we cannot survive with the money they are paying to us.
I'm Jim Taylor. They failed their psych evaluation. 10% of the sheriff's deputies in Alameda County reportedly relieved of their duties.
And members of the House January 6th committee promised new information during a public hearing on Wednesday. I'm John Evans. CBS News covers the world next.
When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and all these stations.
12 o'clock.
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Christopher Cruz in Washington. Breaking news, the National Hurricane Center has just upgraded Hurricane Ian to a Category 3 storm. It has winds of 115 miles an hour and is expected to make landfall over western Cuba soon. That's the sound of people in Venice, Florida, loading up sandbags in preparation for the arrival of Ian as a possible Category 4 hurricane on Wednesday. Tampa and St. Petersburg, the most likely targets for a direct hit. WPEC-TV's Dylan Hooverman.
There's going to be a mess to clean up when we come back. We already know that.
Kaylee Willis of C.W. Willis Family Farm says their main focus is curbing floods. She says all the nursery can't be taken inside, but they're doing what they can to prevent damage to their larger ones.
Put it all on the ground, lean everything over as much as possible. Anything that's going to blow around goes inside.
Tough day on Wall Street Monday. CBS's Jill Schlesinger with the numbers.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell by more than 330 points, pushing it into bear market territory. The S&P 500 and the NASDAQ were already in bear market territory. That's defined as a drop of more than 20% from the recent high.
Asian markets were mixed on Tuesday.
Hearing's Wednesday committee hearing might be the final public investigative hearing for the House Select January 6th committee. No witness list has been released yet, but the panel says there's been progress with an agency they'd accused of stonewalling, the U.S. Secret Service. The panel has received about 800,000 pages of communication materials from the Secret Service from the time frame around January 6th.
NASA on Monday hit an asteroid 7 million miles away with a refrigerator-sized spacecraft.
planetary scientist Emily Lakdawala.
What we don't know yet is whether it successfully slowed the orbit of the asteroid Moon around the main asteroid, and that's what we have to wait for telescopes on the ground and in space to follow up and find out if the Moon slowed down in its orbit.